do me a favor, subscribe to my channel.
Hey everyone, Kyle here from Poseidon's Pets. So today what I'm going to do for you is I've got an unboxing video. So I ordered some plants from bouquetplants.com. I think that's how you say it, bouquet plants, bouquet plants. I don't know, this place. So bouquetplants.com, I got some stuff. I wanted to show you guys what I got, and then I'm going to show you me putting it into the tank. So, you know, stay tuned, some exciting stuff going on. As always, if you haven't already, do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button. You know, really does help me out, helps you out too, because you get notified of any of my future content. So if you're excited for this, stick around and we'll get right to it. All right, so one thing that I do like right away is that this feels like it's a padded envelope that they put the box in, so that's gonna add a little bit more extra insulation. Thank you, USPS. Love it when you smash my stuff. All right. So got a nice little sticker with it. That was nice of them. So they do offer a dead on arrival guarantee, which is nice. So I have been looking for this everywhere. I have not been able to find it. Every time I try to order it online, they're out of it, it's out of stock, it's ridiculously expensive to ship. So I finally got some Wassertang, which I'm super excited about. So next thing we got, some water wisteria, which I was pretty excited for this too. I've never had it before. It doesn't look like it's in the greatest of shape, so I'm hoping it comes back. We'll see what happens. And the next thing we have, some Rotala indica. Same thing, doesn't look the greatest, so we'll have to see what happens. And then I've never had this before. It is Egeria densa, and I want to say it's Anacharis. And I always thought Anacharis was Elodia densa, so I'm wondering if it's just another variety. And I don't know too much about plants, guys. And then of course, Ludwigia repens, which I have this in all of my tanks. Both of these look good. I'm worried about these guys, so we'll see what happens. And the last thing, Java moss. So I love Java moss, very versatile. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. So I am gonna make another Java moss wall, and I'm gonna show you guys how I do that in my next video. So overall, I'm excited for this order. You know, I don't really like how the wisteria came in. I don't like how the Rotala indica came in. And secondly, this doesn't look like any Rotala indica I've ever seen. So that's a little concerning in itself. It looks like a different variety of Rotala. So I'll see how this goes. I'm gonna keep you guys updated on these plants and how they're doing. And I think I'm gonna transition these guys in my shrimp tank because it's kept a little bit colder than my other tanks. So I think it's gonna transition better in there, and it's a little bit of a softer water tank. But the Anacharis and the Ludwigia, I'm just gonna plop in the 60 gallon. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and throw these guys in the tanks so you can see what I'm gonna do with it. So first thing I did was I opened up the packages and I took off the weight and the little piece of styrofoam just so that I can separate these guys in the tank. I also put a little bit of RO water in here so that way I can rinse them. So whatever is on these guys from their tanks at the shop is getting kind of rinsed off before I just plop it in my tank. I usually like to transition plants in their own tank, but if you've watched my past videos, I turned my plant grow out tank into my black shrimp tank. So I'm not really wanting to risk those guys as far as, you know, anything leaching in there and making them sick or killing them off. So I'm just gonna toss them in here and I'm sure it's gonna be fine. Famous last words, right? So yeah, looking at these guys closer, this is definitely an Acarus. And you can see how pretty those leaf sets are. And once you get them into the substrate and kind of get them to start rooting, they're gonna spread out like crazy. So with an Acarus like this, you can actually just let it float at the surface and it'll spread out kind of like hornwort or how my guppy grass is kind of taken over. And then of course the Ludwigia. So what I'm doing is I'm just gonna float these guys overnight in the tank, and then tomorrow I'm gonna do a water change. Because this tank is so tall, it's kind of hard to get down in there and plant it without taking some of the water out. So I'm gonna drain some of this water and I'm gonna plant those guys in there. So I changed my mind on the Wisteria and the Rotella indica. I'm just gonna put everything in here. These guys don't look good at all, and I really don't think they're gonna make it, but I'm hoping for the best, so I'm gonna plop them in there and then we'll see what happens. Yeah, you can see just the amount of dead leaves that came off of that. What did that snail ever do to you? Did you hear that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, same thing with the Rotella. It doesn't look good. So I'm just gonna throw those in there for the night and then get them planted, and we'll hope for the best. So if you watch my videos, you know this is my red cherry shrimp tank. It is a dirted tank that I have capped off with sand, so there's actually organic soil underneath here, capped off with just plain pool filter sand. And it's been doing really good. You know, the cryptocorns are growing, my stem plants are doing really well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just put the subwasser tank in there, and I'm kind of gonna tuck it in the back behind these Java ferns because it doesn't really need to be attached to anything. It's just gonna kind of sit there and grow and slowly grow and do its thing, you know? And if you've never seen subwasser tang, it kind of looks like lettuce. So just real flat moss. We're gonna move these floating plants out of the way. And you can see how it kind of looks like lettuce. I think it's just a little blob of lettuce. And I'm gonna tuck that, scare and trim, back there in the corner. And this stuff will kind of make its way around the tank and decide where it wants to go. So I know it's going to choke out this Java fern a little bit, but I'm not too worried about it. So once that fills in, it's going to fill this gap right here, and it's going to look really nice. Now for the Java moss, I'm just going to plop this in there because I'm going to be doing something with this. So I'm not going to break it up yet. I'm just going to kind of shove it in the corner over here until I'm ready for it. And you can see some of the subwasser tang is already floating away. So what I'm going to do with that Java moss is I'm going to make another moss wall. So I'm going to show you guys how I made this moss wall, how I mounted it, so that way you can see what I did. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. I definitely appreciate it. Do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button so that way you get notified of all my future videos and you can see how these plants turn out. You know, you can watch their growth with me and I'll do updates along the way. So as always, once again, thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.